Greetings, fellow historians. Welcome to the Forbidden Codex of History, where we delve into the hidden, obscure, and unresolved mysteries of the past, exploring forgotten civilizations, enigmatic artifacts, unsolved historical events, and so much more. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe. Now let's delve into today's mystery. Throughout history, few names have echoed as powerfully as that of Genghis Khan. The great Mongol conqueror, born as Temujin, carved out the largest contiguous empire the world has ever known, stretching from the Pacific shores of China to the heartlands of Eastern Europe. His military genius and strategic prowess transformed the political and cultural landscapes of the medieval world, leaving an indelible mark that persists to this day. But beyond the chronicles of conquests and tales of domination lies a mystery that has baffled historians, archaeologists, and adventurers for centuries: the final resting place of Genghis Khan. Despite the enormity of his legacy, his tomb has remained elusive, veiled in secrecy, legend, and the vastness of Mongolia's unyielding terrain. How could the burial site of one of history's most significant figures vanish from the annals of time? Was it hidden deliberately, or has nature simply reclaimed its secret? This is not just the story of a grave lost to history. It is a tale entwined with ancient customs, cultural reverence, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. It is a journey that traverses treacherous mountains, dense forests, and rivers that whisper legends of the past. It is a puzzle formed from oral traditions, scattered clues, and technological breakthroughs, each piece bringing us closer to or further from the truth. Where is Genghis Khan buried? And why has his tomb evaded discovery for nearly 8 centuries? Is it concealed beneath sacred soil, shielded by ancient beliefs? Or is it hidden in plain sight, its presence overlooked by generations? The answer remains one of the greatest enigmas of our time. In this episode of the Forgotten Codex of History, we delve into the myths, explore the theories, and uncover the discoveries that have brought us tantalizingly close to solving this profound mystery. Join us as we embark on an expedition into history's shadowed corners to unveil the secrets of Genghis Khan's lost tomb. Chapter 1. The Life and Legacy of Genghis Khan. Born as Temujin around 1162, Genghis Khan emerged from the harsh, unforgiving landscapes of Mongolia. His early life was marked by hardship and struggle, abandonment by his tribe, the murder of his father, his own slavery, and the constant threat of rival clans. Yet these adversities shaped a leader of unparalleled tenacity and strategic brilliance. Temujin's journey from a hunted outcast to the revered universal ruler of the Mongols was nothing short of extraordinary. He united the fractured Mongol tribes, forging a bond through shared purpose, loyalty, and a revolutionary meritocratic system. Genghis Khan dismantled the entrenched aristocratic hierarchies, elevating warriors based on skill and loyalty rather than noble birth, a philosophy that laid the foundation for his unstoppable military machine. His conquests were swift and relentless. The Mongol cavalry, famed for their speed, precision, and innovative tactics, swept across Asia, dismantling entire kingdoms. Cities that resisted were decimated, while those that surrendered were absorbed into the empire, contributing their knowledge, culture, and wealth. His strategies were not solely grounded in brute force, but also in psychological warfare, espionage, and an early form of international diplomacy. But Genghis Khan was not just a conqueror. He was also an administrator who understood the importance of governance. He established a sophisticated system of law known as the Yasa, which emphasized order, loyalty, and discipline. He promoted trade along the Silk Road, ensuring the safe passage of merchants and fostering an era of unprecedented economic exchange between East and West. His postal system, known as the Yam, allowed for rapid communication across vast distances, binding the empire together. Despite his formidable nature, Genghis Khan also demonstrated a deep respect for religious and cultural diversity. He enacted policies of tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to maintain their faiths and customs. This approach not only prevented rebellion, but also enriched the cultural tapestry of the empire, creating a realm where knowledge, art, and ideas flowed freely. Yet with all his achievements, Genghis Khan was acutely aware of his mortality. As his empire expanded, so too did his thoughts turn to his legacy, not just of empire, but of remembrance. How would history recall the man who had reshaped the world? Perhaps it is this contemplation that led to the meticulous planning of his secretive burial, ensuring that his final resting place would remain as enigmatic as the man himself. Genghis Khan's death in 1227 did not halt the momentum of the Mongol Empire, but it did ignite one of history's greatest mysteries. The grandeur of his life was overshadowed by the secrecy of his burial. According to legend, his final wishes were for his tomb to be hidden, shielded from the world and untouched for eternity. And so, the search for his resting place began. A journey that continues to this day, drawing explorers and scholars into its enduring enigma. Chapter 2. The Secret Burial Rituals. The secrecy surrounding Genghis Khan's tomb is one of the most enduring aspects of his legacy. According to ancient accounts, Genghis Khan wished for his final resting place to remain undiscovered, a secret safeguarded from the world. This desire was rooted not only in personal humility, but also in the Mongol belief that a leader's power should not be desecrated or diminished after death. Historical sources, though fragmented, paint a picture of a burial shrouded in intense secrecy and elaborate precautions. After his death in 1227, it is believed that Genghis Khan's body was transported back to Mongolia. The journey was veiled in utmost secrecy, involving a tightly controlled group sworn to maintain the confidentiality of his final resting place. Legends suggest that a grand funeral procession carried his body across the vast Mongolian steppe. To prevent the location from being revealed, every precaution was taken. Some accounts tell of soldiers who accompanied the body, ruthlessly eliminating any witnesses encountered along the route. Others recount how the path was deliberately obscured, and the funeral caravan retraced its steps to confuse potential followers. Once the burial site was reached, believed to be somewhere in the Khenti Mountains, the ancestral homeland of the Mongols, Genghis Khan was laid to rest. According to tradition, the burial involved sacred rituals, possibly invoking ancient Mongol spiritual practices to protect and honor the deceased. The grave itself was said to be unmarked, a deliberate act to ensure it would blend seamlessly into the natural landscape, shielded from the eyes of men and preserved by the earth. But the measures to conceal the tomb did not end with the burial. Legends speak of drastic steps taken to guarantee eternal secrecy. It is said that the slaves who dug the grave were killed upon completing their task, ensuring they could not reveal its location. The soldiers who executed the slaves were, in turn, eliminated by another contingent of loyal warriors. This brutal cycle of secrecy ensured that as few as possible knew the tomb's location. Some stories even suggest that the landscape itself was altered. Rivers may have been diverted over the grave to mask any disturbances in the earth, while forests were allegedly planted to obscure the site further. Over centuries, nature reclaimed the terrain, erasing any trace of human activity and leaving behind an untouched wilderness that jealously guards its ancient secret. The Mongols believed in the sanctity of the earth, and their customs dictated that a great leader's resting place should remain undisturbed. This reverence for the deceased was not only spiritual, but also practical, as the Mongols feared that disturbing a sacred burial could invoke misfortune. The result is a mystery steeped in cultural reverence and historical enigma. The Mongolian government has also played a role in preserving the tomb's secrecy, protecting sacred lands and respecting the wishes of ancestors. For many Mongolians, the idea of disturbing Genghis Khan's grave is unthinkable, an act that would dishonor their heritage and spiritual traditions. Chapter 3. Theories and Clues. Despite centuries of secrecy and legend, the search for Genghis Khan's tomb has captivated historians, adventurers, and archaeologists for generations. The enigma of his final resting place remains one of history's most compelling mysteries, inspiring countless theories and expeditions. Efforts to locate the tomb began as early as the 19th century, when European explorers ventured into Mongolia, intrigued by stories passed down through local folklore. Many believed that the tomb lay within the Khantai Mountains, a sacred region deeply tied to Mongolian history and culture. Early expeditions, however, were met with limited success, hindered by the vastness of the terrain, language barriers, and the reluctance of local communities to disclose sacred knowledge. In recent decades, technological advancements have significantly changed the landscape of archaeological research. Tools like satellite imagery, LIDAR, light detection and ranging, and ground-penetrating radar, GPR, have allowed scientists to examine vast regions of Mongolia without disturbing the land. These non-invasive methods have uncovered hidden structures, ancient pathways, and potential burial sites that might otherwise have remained undetected. One significant project, known as the Valley of the Khans Initiative, utilized satellite technology and public participation to identify potential locations. Thousands of volunteers worldwide analyzed satellite images, searching for patterns that could hint at man-made formations. Although the project yielded intriguing findings, no definitive evidence of the tomb was uncovered. One of the most ambitious projects, led by the University of California, utilized satellite data to identify patterns in the landscape consistent with ancient human activity. These studies revealed anomalies in the Khantai Mountains, an area long believed to be connected to Genghis Khan's final resting place. Similar projects have focused on areas near Burkhan Khaldun, where local legends and historical accounts converge. Another compelling theory suggests that Genghis Khan's tomb may be located near the sacred Burkhan Khaldun mountain, revered in Mongolian tradition as a place of spiritual significance. Local legends tell of the great Khan retreating to this mountain during times of hardship, further fueling speculation that it could serve as his final resting place. Yet, the mountain's status as a protected and sacred site has limited extensive excavation efforts. Alternative hypotheses propose that the tomb could be beneath the Onon River or hidden beneath layers of ancient settlements, buried under centuries of natural and human activity. Others theorize that the tomb may have been deliberately concealed using ancient methods such as diverting rivers or planting forests to obscure the site from view. Furthermore, environmental factors add complexity. The harsh terrain, seasonal weather changes, and vast stretches of wilderness make expeditions arduous. Researchers must also navigate the delicate balance of preserving Mongolia's cultural heritage while pursuing scientific discovery. In addition to physical searches, scholars have delved into historical texts and oral traditions, seeking clues within ancient writings and local legends. The Secret History of the Mongols, a 13th century chronicle, provides valuable insight into Mongolian culture, but offers little definitive guidance on the tomb's location. Nonetheless, these historical documents remain a vital resource, informing theories and guiding exploration. For some, the mystery itself has become an essential part of the legend. The notion that Genghis Khan's tomb remains untouched, protected by tradition and nature, adds to the cultural mystique and reverence surrounding his legacy. It is a mystery that both frustrates and fascinates, preserving a profound connection to Mongolia's ancient past. So what do you think? Where could the tomb be? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Chapter 4. Cultural Sensitivities and Ethical Dilemmas. The mystery of Genghis Khan's tomb is not only an archaeological challenge, but also a deeply cultural and ethical conundrum. For the people of Mongolia, the great Khan is more than a historical figure. He is an ancestral patriarch, a symbol of national pride, and a spiritual presence intertwined with the very fabric of their heritage. Mongolian traditions emphasize reverence for the dead and the sanctity of burial sites. The belief that Genghis Khan's tomb is meant to remain undisturbed is rooted in centuries of spiritual customs and cultural ethics. For many, the tomb is sacred, and the act of seeking it, especially with the intent to excavate, could be seen as a profound violation of ancestral honor. Local legends speak of the tomb being protected by powerful spiritual forces. Some stories suggest that disturbing the tomb could bring misfortune, not just to individuals but to the entire nation. Such beliefs underscore the deep cultural significance that surrounds the burial site and contribute to the ethical hesitation that many feel regarding intrusive searches. In addition, Mongolia's legal framework reflects these cultural sensitivities. The Mongolian government has established protective measures to preserve sacred sites, particularly within regions like the Khenti Mountains and Buhan Khaldun. These laws prohibit unauthorized excavations and emphasize the importance of respecting traditional spiritual practices. The balance between scientific curiosity and cultural respect is delicate. International archaeologists and researchers must navigate these ethical boundaries carefully, ensuring that any investigation honors the beliefs and traditions of the local people. Collaborative approaches that involve Mongolian communities and respect spiritual customs are viewed as essential to any legitimate search effort. Many Mongolians argue that the tomb's secrecy is intentional and should be honored. They believe that Genghis Khan's final wishes were for his resting place to remain hidden, untouched by time or human intervention. This perspective views the tomb's mystery as a final testament to the Khan's enduring connection with the land and his people. On the other hand, some advocate for discovery, suggesting that uncovering the tomb could provide invaluable historical insights, enriching both Mongolian heritage and global understanding of this ancient empire. They argue that with the utmost care, ethical archaeological methods can both preserve and honor the legacy of Genghis Khan, while shedding light on a pivotal chapter of human history. This debate reflects a broader discourse about heritage, ownership, and the responsibilities of historical stewardship. Who has the right to decide the fate of such an important cultural landmark? Should modern curiosity override ancient customs? Or is the tomb's mystery itself a sacred aspect of Mongolian identity that must be preserved at all costs? The ethical considerations extend beyond Mongolia. The global academic community grapples with questions about the appropriate balance between exploration and preservation. Ethical archaeologists advocate for non-invasive techniques and partnerships that prioritize cultural sensitivity, ensuring that any progress respects both scientific integrity and local traditions. Moreover, questions arise about the ownership of potential discoveries. If the tomb were to be found, who would have the right to study, preserve, or display its contents? The Mongolian government, international research bodies, and local communities all have stakes in this complex issue, leading to debates about heritage rights and historical stewardship. Adding to the complexity is the concern about potential tourism and commercialization. Some fear that uncovering the tomb could lead to exploitation, with sacred sites turned into tourist attractions. Others worry about the environmental impact of increased human activity in fragile ecosystems. Furthermore, Mongolian spiritual leaders emphasize the need for humility and caution. They stress that the tomb, if it remains hidden, is fulfilling a spiritual purpose beyond human understanding. To them, the tomb's secrecy is not a puzzle to be solved, but a sacred legacy to be safeguarded. In the end, as the world contemplates the ethics of the search, the story of Genghis Khan's final resting place serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of respecting the past while navigating the questions of the present. Chapter 5. What lies beneath? If the tomb of Genghis Khan is ever discovered, it could transform our understanding of Mongol history, culture, and the legacy of one of history's most enigmatic figures. The possibilities are vast and range from spectacular to humble, reflecting the complexity of Mongol traditions and the mystique surrounding their greatest leader. Some historians speculate that the tomb could contain treasures amassed during Genghis Khan's conquests. Gold, silver, jeweled artifacts, and symbols of imperial power. These relics might offer unprecedented insights into the wealth, artistry, and global influence of the Mongol Empire. Artifacts from conquered lands could reveal the far-reaching impact of Mongol expansion, showcasing cultural exchanges between East and West. Such discoveries would not only enrich our historical understanding, but also illuminate the interconnectedness of ancient civilizations. Beyond material wealth, the tomb might hold ceremonial objects reflecting the spiritual beliefs of the Mongols. Ritual items, weapons, and totems could provide clues about their customs, religious practices, and how they honored their dead. Understanding the spiritual dimensions of Genghis Khan's burial could offer deeper insight into the cultural and symbolic world of the Mongols, an empire that balanced fierce military might with complex spiritual traditions. There is also the possibility of written records, perhaps inscribed on stone or preserved on ancient manuscripts. Such texts could unveil unknown aspects of Genghis Khan's life, his philosophies, and his strategies for governance and conquest. They could also reveal more about the administration of the Mongol Empire, its legal structures, and the personal reflections of its leader. This would be a historical revelation, offering a direct glimpse into the mind of one of history's greatest conquerors. However, some scholars caution against assuming grandeur. Traditional Mongol customs emphasized humility in death, suggesting that Genghis Khan's tomb might be a simple, unmarked grave. Historical accounts describe a deep respect for nature and modesty, with burials designed to blend seamlessly into the landscape. If this is true, the tomb may contain only the essentials for the afterlife, hidden without elaborate markers or grand monuments. This possibility adds another layer to the mystery. A modest tomb would reflect Genghis Khan's philosophical belief in simplicity and the transient nature of earthly power. It would align with traditions that value the spiritual journey of material legacies. Discovering such a tomb, unadorned yet profound, would underscore the humility that Mongol culture revered, reminding the world that even the most powerful conquerors returned to the earth in simplicity. Yet even the simplest burial site could offer invaluable information. The arrangement of bones, the surrounding soil composition, and the presence of artifacts or organic materials could all contribute to a greater understanding of burial, customs, health, diet, and the environmental conditions of the time. Modern scientific techniques, such as DNA analysis and carbon dating, could unlock details about Genghis Khan's ancestry, physical condition, and the era in which he lived. Moreover, the tomb could shed light on the cultural values that shaped the Mongol Empire's rise and fall. Did Genghis Khan envision his final resting place as a testament to imperial might or as a humble return to the natural world? The answer could reshape how history interprets his leadership and legacy. In the end, whether the tomb reveals riches, relics, or simplicity, its discovery would be monumental. It would not only solve one of history's greatest mysteries, but also deepen our appreciation for the Mongol culture, its traditions, values, and reverence for both life and death. And if the tomb is never found, it may be that the greatest legacy of Genghis Khan is not in what he left behind, but in the enduring mystery itself, a testament to the respect for secrecy, humility, and the eternal bond between a leader and the land that shaped him. Conclusion: the enduring mystery. The mystery of Genghis Khan's tomb endures as one of history's most captivating enigmas. It is a story that bridges ancient legend and modern inquiry, spiritual reverence and scientific curiosity, cultural identity and global fascination. For centuries, the final resting place of the great Khan has remained hidden, a secret protected by time, tradition, and the vastness of Mongolia's landscape. The reasons for the tomb's concealment may forever remain shrouded in legend, but what is certain is the profound respect that Mongolia holds for its ancient heritage. It symbolizes a connection to the land, a spiritual bond with ancestors, and an enduring commitment to honor traditions that transcend generations. Modern technology has brought us closer than ever to unraveling this mystery. Yet, with every new discovery comes a deeper responsibility: to tread lightly, to honor the wishes of those who came before, and to acknowledge that some legacies are meant to remain untouched. The search for Genghis Khan's tomb is not just about finding a physical location, but about understanding the values and beliefs of a people who shaped one of the greatest empires in history. Whether the tomb is one day uncovered or remains forever hidden beneath Mongolia's sacred soil, its legacy continues to inspire. It challenges us to reflect on our approach to history, to respect the sanctity of cultural traditions, and to recognize the delicate balance between discovery and preservation. In the end, the true legacy of Genghis Khan may not rest in the unveiling of his tomb, but in the enduring spirit of his people, the timeless stories passed down through generations, and the landscapes that still echo with his name. The mystery itself has become a monument, a testament to the power of legend, the strength of cultural identity, and the profound mysteries that history still holds. And thus, the mystery goes on. Thank you for listening. If you liked this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to watch that recommended video for you for more mysteries to uncover. We shall see you in our next session of The Forbidden Codex of History.